Gunmia, sorry, on the number 5.
Yes, Aditama's fourth in that group as ducking through goes Hongo, but very close to the back of Gunmia. We're looking at the same podium trio that we've had in the opening 2 races of this weekend so far, but only if Gunmia can successfully defend third. Firdaus, I think, picked off there by Aditama, so Aditama has made up a position, and now third in that group, fifth in the race. Mie Hongo with Firdaus and Aditama scrapping for position, the 2 green-helmeted riders, helpfully, together with one another on the circuit. Into the final turn then to make it 7 wins out of 7, an unbroken, unbeatable record in 2021, or is it? It's very close over the line, but Furusato just about holds on. He is unbeaten in the 2021 Asia Talent Cup. Sharil with a 3rd consecutive runner-up ranking this weekend. Gunmia again completes the podium, so the same podium that we've had in all 3 races of the Indonesian round of the Asia Talent Cup for 2021, but that's been the most entertaining of the 3 races, I would suggest.
Yeah, I have to say, for Daniel Sharil on the number 21 machine, that's 5 consecutive times he's followed home Furusato and really closely matched him, but he's come away with 2nd place each time. And Furusato, he finishes the season as the maximum man, and 7 wins out of 7 shows just how strong he's been. But Daniel Sharil's actually done a really good job all the way through this ATC season. Gunmia finishes the season off 3rd in the championship standings, 3 podiums here in Indonesia and 5 podiums for the season.
Heads off to the Moto3 World Championship next season, does Taiyo Furusato, and he does so unbeaten in 2021. He'll have his work cut out considering that run next season, I can tell you that. But Furusato certainly leaves the Asia Talent Cup with his head held high.
Yeah, Furusato did a really good job in Europe as well this season, racing in the Red Bull Rookies Cup. He won on his debut in Mugello. He was in the lead in Sachsenring before a crash. He had another podium. He had good performances all the way through that season, so he's a known quantity in Europe. He knows a lot of the tracks, and we've also seen a rider come from the Red Bull Rookies Cup fairly recently and do a good job in the Moto3 World Championship, so he's certainly going to feel that he's got a chance of being able to hit the ground running.
3rd consecutive 3rd place for Gunmia. All of the races this weekend he has finished in P3, but in that one he really had his work cut out because he had to defend against the attacks of Herjan Firdaus, and it looked like he was willing to throw everything at that to get an Indonesian on the podium today.
Yeah, a very different battle there for Gunmia today compared to what we've seen in the previous 2 days, and instead of being just dropping off that pace in the closing stages, not quite able to match Sharil and Furusato, this one was all about trying to make sure you could scrap it out, because we saw Hongo try and attack him Firdaus in those final couple of corners as well, and ultimately Gunmia was able to hold them at bay, hold on off for that podium spot.
In the end, the 2 retirements in the early stages of that race were the only retirements. From there on in, it was a clean one.
Yeah, it was a really good, clean battle between all those riders, and we saw them come close to a few incidents at different times during the race. But what was really impressive was riders being able to come back to those groups as well. We saw Dandy and Fadila and Pertamina really strong in the middle section of this race to bring themselves onto that podium battle, and that's why we ended up with 7 riders trying to scrap it out for that last step in the podium.
Asia Talent Cup settled as far as the title itself was concerned here yesterday in favour of Furusato, and he will end the season 56 points ahead of Daniel Sharil, 70 points ahead of Gunmia, and that is your top 3 in the championship standings. But strong performances from some of our Indonesian riders here today. Strong performance, for example, from Herjan Firdaus, his 15th start in the Asia Talent Cup, and as close as he's come to a podium for a while, still just that 1 podium to his name to date.
Yeah, and certainly the Indonesian riders, they've been able to see some good riders come through in this class in the past, and the young rider, especially Pertamina, that's going to give him a lot of hope to be able to try and make some steps forward next year, see if he's able to come through and challenge at the front again next year. Certainly after a year off for Asia Talent Cup, it's been great to see it back in action this year, and great to see some of the battles
Sharil as well. That's podium number 10 for him in the Asia Talent Cup, and it is a 5th consecutive 2nd place, all of them behind Taiyo Furusato, because he's been unbeaten from 7 races in 2021. Gunmia best of the rest with P3, as I said, whole pack of Indonesian riders there. Masaya Hongo the only odd one out, and 5 of them in the next 6 positions. Rei Wakamatsu of Japan rounding out the top 10, and we had eventually 17 finishers out of 19 starters, just 2 retirements. was incident early on for Tetsuya Fujita. Unfortunate for him, particularly after an excellent qualifying that put him 5th on the grid, and after an excellent 7th position finish from all the way down the order here in race 2. And Carter Thompson, well, he will still finish the Asia Talent Cup in 4th position overall because his nearest rivals in points terms, Danish and Hamada, were already ruled out after their respective crashes in race 1. So here is confirmation of the final classification for 2021. The Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup won by Taiyo Furusato with 175 points, 56 points back. Daniel Sharil, who takes 2nd, Gun Mie 3rd on 105. Carter Thompson, best of the rest. Masaya Hongo making some late progress in the standings, 4th position in race 2 and 5th position in race 3 of the 2021 Indonesian round. Certainly his best scores to date.
Okay, so we are ready then to get ready for the podium. All riders are here. And again, looks as though the 3 riders involved, they had a pretty good race. And they're just taking some refreshments. They seem to have enjoyed their time racing here at the all-new Mandalika Street Circuit. Great racing.
Time to present trophies then to our podium trio. All smiles. Gun Mie is the first rider called up onto the stage. Good to have the paddock show here in Indonesia as well. Little bow from Mie, the number 5, bringing it home for 3 third positions in a row, and that is podium number 5 in the Asia Talent Cup after a 2nd position back at the Qatar Grand Prix and a 3rd position at the Doha Grand Prix to boot. 2nd place going the way of Daniel Sharil. He's already up on the runner-up step of the podium, and for a 5th time in a row. Think back to the Doha Grand Prix in the very early stages of this season, 2 2nd places, and again less than a quarter of a second between himself and an elusive first race victory since his comeback. Taiyo Furusato is again your race winner, and I make that out of 9 starts in the Asia Talent Cup, including the aborted start to the 2020 season. He has taken 7 wins, 8 podiums all told.
Yeah, he missed out on a couple of wins at last year's rounds in Qatar as well. He actually led those races on the last lap and was caught out in the slipstream battle in Losail, and certainly he has been just a star in the making in the Asian Talent Cup over the last couple of years. Now he's got that chance to move on to the world stage, and it's going to be exciting to see how he deals with that.
Daniel Sharil's 2nd place, and given where we were just 3 short years ago, really has been a remarkable story for him. A shame in a sense that he couldn't quite manage to get the job done and take a victory to end the 2021 season. Time for the national anthem of Japan.
The FIA Asia President will now present Mr. Espeleta with this special recognition award
for the 2021 Asia Talent Cup, sponsored by Idemitsu. And again to the riders, if I could ask you please just to stay in position.
4 rounds, 7 races, including 3 this weekend, done and dusted in the 2021 Asia Talent Cup. And that's a wrap from the Mandalika International Circuit in Indonesia. Goodbye for now.